right, so I'm going to open the bleeder. Down. Okay, I'm going to close the bleeder. Up. So let off the pedal, let it come up. It should go up pretty quick. All right. All right, down. Bleeder's open. You can push a little bit faster than that if you want. Okay, close the bleeder. Up. Open the bleeder. Down. Close the bleeder. Up. Open the bleeder. Down. Close the bleeder. Up. See the bubbles in here. Open the bleeder. Down. This still moving? Okay, no bubbles. Up. Down. Up. All right, I want you to push it not super fast, but like a decent speed, okay? All the way down to the bottom, all right? All right. Down. Up. All right, so the reason I'm doing this is when you press the pedal down, it's pushing fluid towards the caliper. Now, if you do the pump, 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 hold method, the air just sits in there, doesn't have nowhere to go. So the reason I open it and press down is because it's one smooth motion out and then you lock it off. As soon as you lock it off and you let up the pedal, it has to suck in fresh brake fluid into the system. Then you press the pedal and it pushes it out. So you never give the air a chance to settle and stay in one spot. So it's in and out. I learned this from an old school mechanic that we used to do the pump, 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 hold method. And when he saw me doing that, he yelled at me. He's like, nope, just push it and get it out. Push it and get it out. Push it and get it out. Now you can use a vacuum bleeder and suck it out. It's the same thing. You just keep a constant flow. Vacuum bleeders work. So while I'm sitting here editing the brake fluid or the brake bleeding procedure that I use, the one thing that I caught myself I didn't touch on was when you're using a vacuum bleeder, you can create an enormous amount of vacuum, and what'll happen is it'll pull air around the brake bleeder and make you see constant bubbles. So keep that in mind that one test that I would do is I would wiggle the brake bleeder or the bleed fitting, and if more air would start coming through, then you know that it's sucking air because you're creating such a vacuum, right? So don't let that stick you with thinking you got a lot of air coming out of the system. You know, you can tell the difference after a couple times of doing this, how much air is coming from the line and how much air is coming around the bleeder. You can put a little bit of Teflon tape on the bleeder, just a little bit to keep the air, but it's a lot of work. I rarely use vacuum bleeders. You can, but just keep in mind that it can create the thought of constant air coming through when actually it's just a vacuum sucking air on the thread. So I just wanted to add that in there. You can use a pressure bleeder. However, pressure isn't as fast as if somebody presses the pedal down. So you can still get some, I would pressure bleed it and then have somebody do a fine tune of it to make sure. I use a clear hose for two reasons. One, you can see bubbles, and two, you can see the quality of the fluid. So now that it's starting to come out clear, I know that I now have fresh fluid from the reservoir coming out to the thing. I promise you this is the fastest method to bleeding brakes. Now, you can start at the furthest corner and then work your way back to the driver's side. However, in all newer cars, you have 4 individual lines from the ABS unit. So I To me, it doesn't matter where you start, air is going to come out anyways. But if you have an older car, they used to tie the opposite corners together, so you would have to bleed it in a specific manner, right? But we're talking pretty much pre-2000s, from what I know. But check whatever information for your car. But the up-down method is the fastest way. The hardest part about it is finding somebody that wants to help you. So hope this helps.